Making changes to the timetable. Whilst it might still involve a complex change, the easiest way to change the railway is to change the timetable. So what does that involve? First of all, who owns the timetable? Network Rail are the owner of the railway infrastructure, and as the system operator, they also own and manage the national timetable. That means they manage and approve all requests to make changes to the timetable. As a monopoly supplier, they are regulated by the Office of Rail and Road to make sure that they treat all train and freight operators fairly when making timetable decisions. If you want to make a change to the timetable, there is a process to follow. It's a bit of a countdown. 14 months out, you have to notify Network Rail of the change you want to make. 10 months out, the relevant train operator has to ask Network Rail for the timetable they want to run. This is called the timetable bid. This is the update to include any changes that you want to make, including any new services or trade-offs. Only train and freight operators can make timetable bids. 6 months out, you get an indication of your timetable so that you can start to plan for implementing it. 3 months out, you'll get confirmation of your finalized and approved timetable bid. This is a rolling process, which takes place and the timetable changes are implemented every May and December. If you want to make a change that involves an impact on another operator service, you should be talking to them well in advance to find out if they are likely to support that change. Likewise, you should consider that not everyone makes a single point-to-point journey, and your changes may impact on a large number of people who regularly catch a connecting train. This is especially relevant for any commuter services which arrive into larger conurbations at peak times or services which meet a mainline interchange. Then, what impacts? Changing the timetable could mean that the impact is not everyone makes their journey on one train. Many people rely on 2 trains to reach their destination at a given time. If the time between their connections is too short, too long, or the arrival time is beyond peak work start and finish times, then this journey may no longer be attractive to them. They may stop using the railway altogether. Your timetable change also has to take account of where people want to travel. How does that work on a railway network for getting trains to and from where they need to go? Remember, there are no 3-point turns or reversing on the railway. You may have to go beyond your destination station in order to change onto another line and turn your train back in the direction you came from. So your service pattern may be a desired journey between 2 points, but how you will deliver that service may be different train moves. Knock-on impacts. The timetable change you want may cause other trains to be impacted in a way that means they cannot achieve their booked timetable path. It is more complex than whether they have a viable path. This is because the changes may impact on how long their train drivers or crews have to work. That might mean that they would have to employ extra drivers and crews to enable that change. There are safety limits on how long drivers and staff can work. Remember that drivers and crews have to start early and finish late. They often have to get to a depot, which could be in a remote location. Of course, there are not trains at that time, as they haven't started. In some cases, it may mean trains would start or finish their day in a different place than usual. That would mean understanding if they need to be moved back to their usual depot or stabling facility for cleaning and storage for the next day. Adding in any extra depots means making an infrastructure change, Adding in stabling could also mean that there are limited spaces left for storing trains overnight.